Stephen, there's a lot of anger in Queensland about the Premier Annastacia Palaszczuk heading off to Tokyo. We expect on Wednesday there'll be the formal announcement that Brisbane will be awarded the 2032 games. I don't think anyone else is in the race. It's a lay-down misère. When she gets to the point that she brings home the games, do you think that people will move on for criticising her about going over there? Will she sort of be back in the high polling numbers that she was once in?
Well, look, we've got a whole range of politicians from the Prime Minister down go overseas on official business. It is vitally important that the Premier of Queensland be there to lock in the bid. I mean, John Coates has done an incredible job in getting it lined up for us, but you've got to be there to close the deal. So the Premier and the Minister for Sport, Richard Colbeck, are both there. The Liberal National Party Mayor of Brisbane is there, as they should be. This is going to be a boon to Australian kids for the next 10 years, to the sports sector when we're going to be rebuilding infrastructure to ensure that our athletes get the best possible go, and to ultimately, providing it's managed well, to the Queensland economy. I mean, this is a positive, and people should be shouting and cheering and clapping.
I think the modern day reality beyond the Sydney Games, which was a net positive in economic terms, John, is that Olympics cost a lot of money. The benefits aren't immediately there. There were a lot of businesses, for example, on the Gold Coast at the Commonwealth Games who went backwards because of all the building and the infrastructure that went on for months and months and months, and then they didn't get much out of the actual event themselves. Why is she there if it's a lay-down misère, and doesn't her Zoom work?
Well, Peter, I would agree, and there is a role for sporting events in the world and for Australia to attract them. But this is one rule for politicians, another rule for the rest of us. It's appropriate for the Premier to go to Japan and close the deal, as Stephen said, but it's also appropriate for people to be able to see their dying parent. It's also appropriate for young babies who need treatment to be able to cross the border into Queensland if that's the best place for medical care. This is another example of how we have never all been in it together, and how it's one rule for politicians and the elite, and it's another rule for the rest of us.